There is a man with his back turned. From the back, he appears confident, but he cannot hide the fact that he is trembling. Meanwhile, the two with their guns drawn at him are both steady as a rock. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen this NPC. Ooh, the music creeping in! The man attempts to suppress the quivering of his voice when he speaks. This is generic sovereign NPC. I feel like I've only ever seen the female ones. Please, don't do something you'll regret. What I've done, what I'm doing, and what I will do. You've got to take it all into consideration. You can't let your personal feelings get in the way of all this. So please, think carefully about what the right decision is. Oh, why do I feel like that's gonna be a common theme here? Anyways, I started blasting. Oh my god. The two figures who are pointing guns at the man begin to speak. Decide. All you need to do is make a choice. We'll handle the rest. Oh. Just keep in mind, you mustn't make it personal. Not them immediately using his own words against them. Whatever you decide, it has to be what you feel is best for everyone. You shouldn't need a lot of time. Especially since you've already made up your mind. Gosh, the music, like, setting the mood right now is just so good. So out with it. What do you think? Should we kill him? Or should we let him leave? Oh wait, am I there? Wait, were they talking to me? Oh, is that gonna be, oh. Ow! Is that one of those, what is it? Medias res things? Be like, you're probably wondering how I got here. License to kill. Bullet shell? The empty shell signifies that the bullet is already lodged somewhere else. Stop, that might low-key be one of my favorite item descriptions from one of these events, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Ooh. 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 Stop, I kind of like this. It's not the usual first animation pretty character picture. Check the other item as well. I'm getting there. Missive. Top secret. A written order that contains something important. What is it like in a world where one single document can end lives? The item descriptions are so good for this one. They're so simple. But like it's one of the it's like S tier like one-liner material when like you don't need a lot of words or a whole paragraph to just like mic drop a statement. Just like, oh my god. Two wooden sticks. Missing the witch and the gremlin. I could make the meme, the rhyme work. That'd be me. She's not on the list because she's not on the list. Never giving up. Yes, we're never giving up. Yeah, I'm. Can you put the playlist thing in your commander room, or is that a lobby thing only? Yes. I may or may not make a commander room playlist then. We're good. Continuing, locked in. This team is entirely fire and wind. LOL. That was not intentional. The whiplash. Oh. I feel like there's been a handful of events now that have like the serious, crazy mood, like prologue, and then every time you jump to the commander's room, it's just, I'm vibing, I'm chilling, I'm hanging out, and then I get dragged into tomfoolery. Trying so hard. Nar, not him saying the words free time. Oh, and then ooh. Free time that leads into you deciding if someone lives or dies? It's been ages since I had some free time on my hands. At long last, some precious time with no appointments or any work to do. I feel like he digs himself a hole. You know? Like the longer he like speaks to it and like marinates in it, he's setting himself up. Jinxing it, so to say. Yeah, like first, I'm gonna hop in the shower. Then I'll think about what I want to do today. Hop in the shower. Oh. D and K are in my shower. Wow. How the hell did you get in there? I'm assuming this shower has one entrance and exit. Hello? We've received an assignment. Let's get to work. I'm far too tired for all this. Why are you closing the door? We just close the door on them. Be like, y'all can continue. Carry on. I'm just gonna try to make a break for it. You seem puzzled. Perhaps I wasn't quite clear. Sit over there. I'll explain everything in detail. Everything will be made clear very soon. I'm not confused. It's just... I'm not confused. I just don't want to effing be here. Go on, sit. Let me fill you in. This is like us starting Limbus yesterday and being like, hey, yo, can I like not do this? Did anybody ask you if you wanted to do this? Soon after, the three of us sit at the table. Darn, I wanted to have like a group huddle in the shower, just sitting in a circle. The target is the president of COL. COL stands for Cycle of Life. It's a company that buys used electronics, repairs them, and resells them. Cycle of Life. Their expansion has been remarkable. In fact, so much that only the big three are valued higher. This is an electronic repair and resell right under the big three. You know their commercials, Elton John singing. In fact, some reports indicate that they are actually outperforming the big three in terms of purchasing and sales. Ooh, don't tell Sewin that. In other words, they're raking in the cash. The money isn't what's important. I know, I'm just saying. Anyway, this guy used to be a real bigwig in the central government. Until one day, he retired and started this electronics business. Then it blew up. All of this is superfluous information. Fine, then you tell it.
I like the way Kay tells stories. She gives all the details.
This so-called president is making large donations to the central government. He's also been investing in the medical industry and making some hefty donations as well. I don't like that crossover. It sounds like he's a real stand-up guy. But he's been targeted. Why is that? He's making way too much moolah.
This is shady as hell.
What kind of a reason is that? His income can't come just from trading electronics. The judges feel there must be something else going on.
Oh, it's the word. Who the hell are the judges?
It's up to us to figure out what exactly that is. Oh crap. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look it up later. I don't remember this sentence exactly from Arcane Archive. Dee's Bond story goes more into the judges. Once we have, we'll make our decision and carry it out. It's like he's running a grocery store and buying Lambos. Oh no, again, it's like buying and selling electronics? Not even making them? Like what's going on here? What exactly do you mean? Isn't it obvious? Whether or not we kill this guy. We've got to decide whether or not we kill this guy. The president, our target. Kill him. Yes or no? Comprende?
Why are you talking like Frima?
Frima's another one whose advice sessions I'm enjoying a lot. She's like on some menace energy half the time. Like there's a good handful of Frima's advice sessions that's just like, ma'am, why do I feel like I'm trying to talk you down from fighting someone or doing something that you probably shouldn't? In 3 words, you're implying that you want to like fight someone. EP chaos energy. But why does this guy potentially deserve to die? There's a high chance he's got his fingers in some legally dubious pies. That's evil. You're gonna kill him just for that? No. We will investigate. If he has done something illegal, then we'll consider the severity of the crime. We will be completely impartial in our investigation. Once we've concluded said investigation, we'll reach our final decision. You follow me? To recap, we determine exactly what the target is or isn't up to. It's like the old saying, if he fingered the pie, then he's gotta... Where the hell is this saying from? That's the first time I've heard it, huh? Too true? What? I've never heard that one. Clearly no one's fingered any of your pies. I have no pies to finger. I'm a broke individual. That's how we Perilous Siege work. I'm so sorry, Luna. I need that as a call. I'm so sorry. I feel like over the course of streaming, my filter has gotten like severely hindered, like, or like tampered. I have no idea. Things just like come out without fully processing, and then I'm left like puzzled by what I just said as well. There was a filter? There was, actually. There was, believe it or not. It was early Anderson. I applied the filter heavy. By the time Johan came around, the filter was gone. I feel like chatters who have been here for like the majority of the NIKKE journey, you may like they may be able to vouch for like the loss of the filter over time. Cap, I've never seen a filter. Well, here's the problem. You wouldn't have noticed the filter if I'm not saying the stuff coming out of my mouth. Like, I mean, I feel like it was gone as soon as you did Winter Snow. Well, the White Christmas thing was, I think, one of the like big, like serious, like, oh no, the filter's been severely damaged. Because I remember even chat at the time was like shocked and being like, damn, the filter just went out the window. I was like, she just let that one go. I can't tell. I'm relatively new. Well, it's gone now, so you wouldn't be able to tell. Didn't you even surprise yourself? Yes. That was the whole point of that clip. Was like, as soon as it left my mouth, I went on the whole like apology tour. I was like, oh, I don't know what I don't know what came. I don't know what happened. I don't know what came out of my mouth. I'm sorry. Like, and then, like I said, by the time Johan came around, the filter had already been gone. There was no saving that. No self-redemption, no nothing. Filter was heavily applied during HSR Aventuring. The filter has become an old legend to the point people wonder if it even existed in the first place. It really, yeah. Your first NIKKE stream was like, oh wow, that woman is jiggly. And by Johan time, it was, I want his underwear. This time, you'll be making the final decision, and will carry it out. Why would I? The judges have decreed it. I said pants, you went full underwear. I don't remember, I do not recall. I do not recall saying such a thing. Here's the problem, all right? I say out-of-pocket things, and yet sometimes chat still puts words in my mouth. Like, you don't even need to put words in my mouth. I say plenty of things on my own, and yet y'all still manage to add to like the tall tales of like, okay, wait, I didn't say that. I said something probably just as bad, but not that. Show the clip. Well, that's impossible because it was like a whole hour and a half. This is a first for us as well. Surprised you don't have any quotes yet? That's because... So like the Discord has a quote book. And I've been keeping quotes in it since like I first made the Discord. And it wasn't until like a couple months ago that I saw that there's even a quote like stream like command. And by that point I was like, well, I don't know if I should save quotes in there or if I should just continue to save them in the Discord. And I just never like fully came to a decision. I just never touched it. The new Moran quote was gold. Kelman says out of pocket stuff a lot. I can't goon to the new Moran skin because she looked like my older sister. Like, sir, I'm glad to hear that stopped you. You don't? It's a dangerous move. Me, who has nearly 1K quotes right now. Again, there's already like an existing quote book, but like it lives somewhere else. So then there would be like 2 different ones. And I'm just like, I don't know. I forgot about that. There's so many unhinged things I wanted to say to that comment, but I held myself back. I think when I debut Big Video Model, I'm gonna go through the quote book. Because it's been a hot minute since I've actually like looked at some of the stuff in here. Please do. Opening the ancient tombs. The very first quote, I'll just do this one. The very first quote in the quote book that like made me start the quote book was, any city is the Omegaverse city if you're not a coward. And don't ask me what the context of that quote was. I have no idea. I didn't save it. Tis the quote book was made. Video, you need to catch up so you can collab with Luna or at least yap about chapter predictions. I feel like that would be such a dangerous thing. Like, I adore Luna. I would not be against ever collabing with her for like anything. But at the same time, if it's like yap focused, I feel like that's like unleashing a feral creature thing onto the actual somewhat sane individual that's Luna. I feel like we would yap about a topic and then go downhill. Like, here was the journey that we were trying to get through from A to B. And then somehow we ended up at Delta. Like, huh? What do you mean? That's not even a part of the alphabet. Hello? Like, sorry, my freaking chat just froze. And then all the comments like loaded in at once. I was like, huh? Did I do something? I didn't even click anything. What happened? What did I do? Luna's chapter 4 recap needed 2 streams. I don't think I would do... I've seen that you've been doing the recap streams, and I'm like, I don't know if I would be able to do that. I feel like I have to recap myself off stream. I already like accidentally do like recap stuff unplanned. That like purposely walking into it is like a recipe for disaster. We had one question. It's fun, but man, I had one question that I was trying to find the answer to, and then we ended up doing like the red ash overzone partial old tells, like what, I don't even know what the hell happened there. Let's see. Okay. So to comprehend what's happening in story as I get through what I hope is the second part. I feel like I'm still not in the first part. No, I'm definitely in the second part at least. They usually do this stuff between the two of them. But this time, whoever these judges are like, get this commander involved, and he is now going to be the jury of this guy's fate. Why the hell are we getting involved? I don't. We had plans that day, Bond story plans. R.I.P. Bond story plans every time. Was the question about what is a pilgrim? No, I think the question was about I don't remember what the question was. What was funny is that we also couldn't really remember what the question was throughout the conversation. Like the goalpost kept moving. This is a first for us as well. Usually, our opinions are taken into serious consideration when making the final decision. But this time, you're the one who gets to pull the trigger. Figuratively speaking, that is. Actually, I do have a guess as to why it's different this time around. What's the reason? Remember how the target donates a whole lot of money to the central government? That's why. If we eliminate the target, there goes the higher-ups' cash flow. The target may be obtaining the money using underhanded methods, but a whole bunch of those profits are being funneled straight to the central government. So they've got cold feet. So they can't be like impartial. Killing him means derailing the gravy train, but letting him live doesn't sit right with them either. So they're leaving the hard part of making the decision up to you. When did License to Kill come out? Was it like one of the earlier events, or like after like a year? Year one? Before Overzone? Before Overzone? The event before it dropped directly before Overzone? Oh. It was like early. Judges vote to select the next target. Whatever this guy has done, He's obviously crossed the line far enough for the judges to designate him as a target. Despite the fact many of them are lining their pockets with his ill-gotten money. That's why they're tossing this hot potato in your lap. It might also be because you're a part of the central government too. Don't say that. In other words, they're hoping that I'll play favorites. Ooh. 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 I don't like that at all. We're gonna avoid responsibility by having this guy be, the decision maker. But preferably he'll still keep him alive. They obviously don't know him. Potentially. Don't say anything that you can't prove to be true. All right. We should get going. How do we do this? We're going to go undercover. We've already completed the preliminary investigation. All we have left to do is figure out a few smaller details. Going undercover is our best option for that. Stand back and watch a master of disguise at work, ladies? Sir, what disguises? I'm not very confident in my clandestine capabilities. Hello? You weren't even a part of the Phantom Thieves yet. Like, what's your disguise track record? Sometimes he's so smug. Yes. What did they? What are you babbling about? Immediately called out on it. What good would infiltrating the company do us? You think they're gonna leave stacks of illegal paperwork lying around for us to find? How stupid do you think they are? Well, what then? We're going to become company employees. I don't want to work in the cubicle life. The good thing of inconsistent writing Commander is the silliness he spouts sometimes.
Entering combat. Calm down.
I wouldn't categorize that under the inconsistent writing
Reload.
umbrella.
How heavy your burden has been.
Because the Commander is like a silly guy. Like I would put that under like one of his core personality traits.
Mission complete.
He's definitely a goofy man. Yeah, like it's a part of his personality. And I don't think like that's inconsistent. The inconsistent thing is like whenever they mess around with his overall like smarts logic. But that's like slightly different from the goofy silliness, if that makes sense. He's just multifaceted. One of them is silly and bad at naming things. The other is the kind of guy to go on long, heartfelt speeches. we're gonna get jobs? That's right. We'll get hired at the target's company and see what we can dig up. If we want to find out the truth, we've got to get on the inside. How exactly do you plan on all of us getting hired? Starting tomorrow, all we've got to do is show up at the office. We've got it all taken care of. We just need to start working from tomorrow morning. Don't worry, we didn't do anything illegal. We've got our official employee documentation all in order. They look so good, you'd never know they were fake. That's illegal. You just described an illegal activity. Yeah? Don't be such a stick in the mud. Anyway, good luck at work. You talk as if you're not going. That's exactly right. I'm not going to work. I'm gonna look into the medical institutions that the target has been putting money into. And that's important too, you know. You and Dee can handle this side of things without me. I can't help but hear medical institution donation and immediately think of footstep, walk, run. And it just like makes me uneasy. All right. Get some rest tonight. We put our plan into action starting tomorrow. One last thing. One more thing. What is it? Why can't you just ask Enikk to make a judgment? Ooh. Fair question. Enikk doesn't make judgments unless requested by the judges. Oh. The target has an uncomfortable association with the judges. There's no way they'd take this to Enikk. The only scenario where Enikk would act on her own would be if someone was causing untold damage to the Ark or its inhabitants. The whole Sewin thing was a request, wasn't it? But then like the actual extent handling of the punishment was Enikk kind of derailing a bit. Sewin got the Ark invaded. Yeah, I remember that, obviously. But it was like... I remember like Sewin, like, yes, she's gonna get like put the trial. But then the extent of it was the start of Enikk's like, I'm gonna go AWOL a little bit. Otherwise, she grants the judges full autonomy. Basically, regardless of what this guy is up to, it doesn't constitute a major threat to security. At least not in Enikk's eyes. I'm about to pull called a pro gamer move. So long as that's the case, she won't act on her own. I'll give you an example. Human trafficking. Oh, we just went off the deep end of worst case scenario examples. Okay. An unforgivable offense, wouldn't you say? Of course. Not from Enik's perspective. Oh. Nobody gets killed. It's not a question of how traumatic an experience is or isn't. For Enikk, it's purely numbers. If they don't change, then it's not a problem. I feel like that's, I don't know, kind of like a paradox a little bit. Not a paradox, but like, oh no, I guess she did say human trafficking. Because the first thought was like, if the numbers don't change, it's not a problem, as she's funneling Nikke's to Chatterbox. But that's not human trafficking, I guess. Having said that, human trafficking often involves a litany of other heinous offenses. Dun, dun. However warped it seems, the essential act of human trafficking in and of itself is not a problem, as far as Enikk is concerned. She operates according to different standards than us. Therefore, this case is something that the judges and us need to figure out on our own. Yourself included. Okay, I understand. That was a really good example though, from Kay. Because it really does put like a really good perspective on just how many things can get by without official punishment from Enikk. Don't take this lightly. This can be a heavy burden, but it is one you must carry. I'll keep that in mind. Next day. The music shifts. Dee and I started work at the distribution warehouse. Not a warehouse. We sort items, move others, and carry out inventory. After moving around nonstop, it's finally break time. How's the weather? This is exhausting. You think so? Are you used to this kind of work? Commander's over here like, I have my wifey Rappy carry the heavy things for me. Nope. All right then. You don't talk much, do you? Nope. I see. Is it before or post Rumani and superpowers kicking in, Commander? That's why I asked like when the event was, because I was like, we're doing this kind of judgment stuff before we even become the ARC AI's conscience. we were prepped for the job from the beginning. Hey there, you two. You're the new hires, right? How's the work so far? Nothing too difficult, I hope? No problems.
lied as easily as she breathed.
Are you the supervisor? Actually, no, wait. Was it because of how many words you just said to the guy? Guilty. I'm the supervising officer for this line. In that case, if it's all right, I do have a question for you. Oh, sure. Go right ahead. Or that she's putting on a much friendlier tone. I couldn't tell. Like, she didn't use like exclamation points. So I wasn't 100% sure just how deep into the sky she really was. How's the cafeteria food here? A very important question indeed. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find anywhere with better lunch options than us. I must admit that I haven't exactly eaten at many other companies, but I still stand by our food here. Splendimin,
And more Splendimin.
Why? Are you hungry already? I didn't have any breakfast because I was nervous. Oh my goodness. You mustn't forget breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day. I see that you both started at the same time and are working on the same line. May I ask how you two know each other? Oh. Ew, not the blush, hello? We're newlyweds. It started this early? It just got hitched 2 weeks ago. Hey, yo, we didn't discuss this beforehand. Hello? Oh, I see. Well, good luck with all of that. We're very grateful for you giving us the job, aren't we, honey? Oh, it started completely fully this early. Also, what is this smile? Hello? She's so cute. He was locked in day one. She showed up. I don't remember seeing the smile her entire advice session. For regular D. I'm trying to think. Yeah. You two seem like nice people, so let me say this to you. This is a fine company to work for. It may be tough going at first, but if you stick it out, you're sure to be noticed. Take me, for example. My legs aren't in the greatest shape, but they still let me work here. As a matter of fact, I'll be working directly under the president starting tomorrow. Wow, no kidding? What does that position entail exactly? Yeah, it's like a lot easier to see her disguised now. They're whipping out all kinds of expressions for her right now. Actually, I don't know the details myself, but if it's directly under the president, it must be good, right? Rian would have a word with you. Not to mention the pay. The supervisor lifts his hand far above his head. Let's just say I might be in for an early retirement. You lucky son of a gun. All you need is a good work ethic. Work hard and you'll reap the rewards. The president admires people like that. I've only been here 3 weeks as well. You came on as a supervisor, but you've moved up that fast in less than a month? Remarkable. The president just takes a shine to people who put their noses to the grindstone. So long as you two work hard, you can become like me too. Really, that mindset works. That's the unrealistic part of all this. I mean, it low-key reminds me of I'm blanking. Great Pretenders. It reminds me of a Great Pretenders, where it's like, yes, I'm surely going to do a job that is very legal, very above board, and if I just work hard, then I will get the benefits, you know? Freaking fast forward, you're depressed, stressed, and somehow involved in con artist shenanigans and trafficking and mob stuff, and you're just like, where the hell did my life go? I certainly hope so. I still need to finish Great Pretender. I love Great Pretender. Best of luck. You too. The supervisor walks away. The way she just goes back to stone face immediately. You got something to say? No, I was just admiring your acting skills back there. Presenting an amiable and innocuous image is beneficial to gathering information. That sentence took so many brain cells. I'm just surprised you can churn on a dime like that. I wonder when they'll find the body, literally. You're starting to make me self-conscious. The blush. Sorry. Was that a for realsies blush? Prestige. Do I really have to use this? When do you finish? I know it's only been 1 day, but let's exchange information. Come to the hospital when you're done. This place is interesting. Roger.
Oh. School's out.
It seems that break time is over. Let's get back to it. Blah blah must be the most secure messaging app in the ARC. Literally, 6.0 shows time and time again that it's not. I don't understand. While walking back to the assembly line, all I can think about is how I want to finish work quickly. Commander's like, I'm not built for this.
Engaging the enemy.
What was I gonna say?
I've got this.
Oh, it's the fact that like also multiple CEOs
I'll put a bullet in every last stinking
use
one
it
of you.
to like talk to us, right?
Target sighted. Engaging.
What?
Destroyed.
Fire it well!
I don't know if I've ever seen that first. That was so cool. What the heck?
As long as we're together,
What was
I
gonna
will
say?
never fall.
Oh, the fact that multiple of the CEOs use it, but like Ingrid is the one that I can think of like off the top of my head, that she like goes by so many different like aliases when she messages us through it, which I feel like is just like a little tiny proof that like it's not secure like whatsoever. Her aliases are super obvious though. Okay, but that's not the point. The point is she uses them. After work, hospital. See one on her main account. I am blackmailing you. How'd it go? Did you find anything suspicious? It was only the first day. Even so, there must have been something that caught your attention. I don't care how minor it seems. I want to hear everything. The lunch wasn't self-service. The break time seemed a little short. Commander, what are you paying attention to? I didn't get my full designated break. What? Are you planning on starting a new career there or something? Spare me the workplace complaints and give me the dirt? Well, there wasn't anything really. Dee, help me out here. They seem to give out promotions like candy. Oh, right. That was strange. Tell me in detail. I tell Kay that our supervisor has only been there for 3 weeks, but he's already getting to be working directly under the president starting tomorrow. That's odd, all right. This is definitely early commander. He's not having his brain blast. Pre-training. No one moves that quickly up the corporate ladder. Does he have any connections within the company? I did a background check on him and didn't churn anything up. Any other ideas? All I can do is assume, and you know what that does. It only makes an ass out of you and me. Where's my effing sticky notes? Oh my god. I'm saving that one with the Red Hood quotes. That's amazing. Have you never heard that one before? No. No, I haven't. My dad always tells me that one. I've never heard that one before. Go in the notepad. Where the heck is it? It's a fairly common one. I grew up in the kind of house where like stupid was a bad word. So yeah, I don't recall ever hearing that from my parents. And I don't know if I've ever heard it in the wild either. Were you homeschooled? My high school graduating class was like 1,000 people. The whole high school population was like 4,000. No, I was not. I just have extremely selective. I feel like y'all should see this time and time again. Like, I have extremely selective brain space, I guess, on what I retain in the boonies. How the hell does that come across as the boonies? My senior class was 1,000. The high school was 4,000. It only makes you and me. It's a dad thing to say. Maybe that's why I don't really like puns. My dad wasn't really a dad joke kind of person. Could be one of those things that skipped a generation. I don't know. How are things on your end? Our Target has been pouring money into the hospital almost nonstop. But it's strange. It's too clean. It's a hospital. Shouldn't it be clean?
Uh-oh. We got her mad.
Are you intentionally trying to get on my nerves? Sorry. I mean, like, we have to consider if this is early commander, this is also like early post amnesia commander. So like, he probably doesn't have a lot of things to work on as far as life and basic knowledge, question mark. I looked into the patients, and everyone under the sun is staying there. Literally everyone, from high-level executives to part-time students. Also, aren't hospitals literally like one of the more dangerous places to be around because of like the nature of a hospital? So then like during quarantine and stuff, like it was advised like immunocompromised people need to like stay far away from hospitals. There's a wide age range too. As far as I can tell, it doesn't seem like a hospital that focuses specifically on any age group or class. The employees aren't skimming anything off the top, and there aren't any funds being misappropriated for unnecessary repairs or maintenance. There was one crucial thing, however. That. Kay points to a girl off in the distance. She is holding the hand of a hospital staff member and is struggling to walk unassisted. What's so crucial about that kid? I'll tell you what. This hospital is filled with people who have the same symptoms as that kid. Only thing is, that's an incredibly rare disease. So uncommon, in fact, that only a couple dozen people in the entire ARC have it. The mortality rate is quite high. He said all filled with people who have it. Not much research has been done regarding this disease because so little is known about it, and there are so few recorded cases. More than 80% of the donations the Target has given are going towards the research and treatment of this disease. He's poured so much money into this place that research on the disease has progressed by leaps and bounds. Is he trying to cure it though, or is he trying to weaponize it and spread it? They're also trying to find a meaningful cure. Nearly everyone who is suffering from this disease has gathered at this hospital. You see that kid over there? 3 days ago, she was bedridden. What's your point? I need to do a bit more digging, but this place looks clean to me. For the moment, at least. What's your next move? I'm gonna use my own methods to dig a bit deeper. The simplest way of going about this would be to concentrate on a few key figures. Using this. Well, a taser? The stinger attached to Kay's gun makes an ominous sound. Stinger? It hurts like heck, but it won't leave any lasting damage. Hey, yo. If you want to get the truth out of someone, you can't beat this. We mustn't resort to such underhanded tactics. Not this again. We're gonna be here forever if we don't. Don't forget. If you want clean results, then your methods have to be just as clean. You go ahead and do that. I'm doing this my way. I don't think that's a good idea. Not you too. Do you have any idea of the lengths people go to cover up the terrible things they do? If you want to bring them to justice, you've got to be willing to go just as far as they are. Think of this as a shortcut. I despise how these people cover everything up and manipulate the truth. It sickens me how they keep it all under wraps. You're a doctor helping out sick kids get zapped. I mean, if the core of this is the fact that this buy, repair, sell electronics place is raking in money that they absolutely have no way of making. And they funnel money to this hospital that's like spick and span. My first assumption is gonna be either there's something shady going on with the hospital itself, or the hospital itself is a cover-up for something sick and shady. Would be first in line for zapping those doctors. I didn't say zapping the doctors. Like the hospital could be the good part. They know what they're doing is wrong, but they do it anyway. They couldn't care less. Also, what kind of hospital is this? It doesn't seem like an MMR hospital, but like, that would really suck if there's multiple shady hospitals within the arc. We need to be strong in the face of evil, don't you think? Hates all medical professionals. My psychologist is not safe from Vidya's wrath. No, I adore my psychologists. They're different from regular doctors. Well, it doesn't get much stronger than this. Ooh. The kids are benefiting from shady money, Zap. I think it depends on the kind of shady money. Like if the kids are benefiting, but then there's like other kids that are suffering, then you have a moral dilemma here. I'll give them a taste of their own medicine. I don't agree with your methods. I do think it might be a little bit early to start zapping people though. Right back at you. We should go back. We need to be at work by 8. Okay. Have a nice day at work. Do we know if Rapi's hospital was associated with anything in particular? I don't remember off the top of my head. Plus what was it? Her little clicker thing? Yeah, the call button. The call button sticks with me as a, did it break or did it never work to begin with? You know? We've been showing up to work for 5 days, but haven't noticed anything out of the ordinary. You don't talk about that kind of stuff in front of a child patient. Oh yeah, like she didn't have like a proper legal guardian to make decisions for her. And the doctor definitely wasn't doing it from her best interest standpoint. Because we're new employees and low-level ones at that, the information we're privy to is somewhat limited. When I asked Dee whether the judges could help get us a promotion of some kind, she immediately rebukes me. If we pull any outside strings to attain a higher position, the other workers might end up getting jealous, or it could ring alarm bells in upper management. Either way, we don't want to draw any unwanted attention. Our only recourse is to work harder. Our coworkers have taken a keen interest in us, and we're bombarded with questions every time we're on a break. You look so young. Why did you marry so early? So that we'd have a joint bank account. Being together means you can make more money together. How did you meet each other? We met at another job. We both wanted to make a lot of money, so we hit it off. Hello? You both are such hard workers. You're not like most young people these days. We want to get promoted so that we can make more money. I don't know if this is a couple goes or not. Like, the entire relationship is just like, we have our eyes on the prize, and the prize is money. Why are you so fixated on making more money? We want to buy a house and be able to eat out whenever we want. Honestly, she's pretty real for that. We also want children. Oh! The commander's just taking all of this in like, I do. Huh. Didn't know that. Rich children? Ayo. Have you ever considered getting a second or even a third job? Your focus suffers if you stretch yourself too thin. We want to concentrate fully on working here. We like this company a lot. Thanks to Dee's bravura performance, we are regarded as newlyweds, eager to prove themselves and get promoted, and keep ourselves from being in the poorhouse. One day, I asked Dee something. Lying isn't exactly a clean way of going about things, is it? Listen, we're already undercover. I don't think that matters anymore. No one's getting hurt, so it's fine. What if you make like a work bestie? I feel like they would be hurt with your lies. On our 6th day on the job, I meet Dee and we head to work. Easy way to fix that is to not make it a lie anymore. I mean, the commander is after power. A dense fog lingers in the air, part of the ARC's effort to adjust the internal humidity. How long do we have to keep this up? One should always work hard. I mean, at this company specifically. Are we like on a bench or something? Until who we're after comes to us. Are you sure they'll do that? We're talking about a place where you can apparently make a fortune in just 3 weeks. If we keep our heads down and appear eager, I'm sure someone will seek us out. Creak, creak. What you're really saying is that we'll have to keep doing this for at least another 2 weeks. Do you hear that? What is that? Couldn't tell you. I've been hearing a strange noise for a while now. It's starting to get on my nerves. The closer we get to work, the louder it gets. I genuinely thought that we were having, I don't know, morning coffee on like a swinging bench or something before work. I squint and peer at where the sound appears to be coming from. I can't see well because of the heavy fog, but it still sounds like something swinging, but it also sounds fabric-y. I can vaguely make out something swaying in the air. What is that? Oh no. Not the music change. Is it the supervisor? Turn around. Uh-huh. I said turn around. I turn around. Is he hanging from somewhere? Whatever you do, don't look behind you. What's going on? Just don't look behind you. Uh-huh. Ah! 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 What's happening? Terrified screams echo near the company entrance. Near the company entrance? Is D? What do they see? Quiet. Someone, call the police! Hurry, hurry! I'm getting dirty backyard flashbacks. An ominous feeling begins to overtake me. The only thing I know is that I absolutely, positively cannot turn around or say anything. Oh, so they're not even gonna... Oh, so they're just gonna leave that up to our imagination?
I shall cleave through them all.
That's even worse! My imagination's too overactive! It just not tell me exactly what it was!
Calm down.
Way to leave us.
Everlasting community.
Stop! Too many thoughts help.
Target eliminated.
It's like, just tell me which bad thing in particular it is, so that I'm not just sitting on 5 bad things that it could be.
As long as we're together, I will never fall.
All of them? It's every bad thing? Did you ever get the impression something was off about the supervisor? Oh my god, it was him! R.I.P. Supervisor. I seem to remember hearing something about him having a lot of debt from illegal gambling. But he never mentioned anything about himself. I never saw any warning signs, not from what I remember. You never do? Well, if you're not paying attention. He was such a good worker. How? Did the supervisor recently seem upset or perturbed in any way? Okay. Well, he did seem a bit downcast the past few days. I think it was after he started working for the president. Of course it was. What was he involved in? What an odd NPC for this. Look, he's a little messy, okay? But he's trying to get the bag like anybody else. Whenever I asked if something was wrong, he would just shake his head. I never thought he'd do such a thing. Did he have any complaints about the company? Hey, yo. You can't just go using this NPC willy-nilly. Or is this low-key actually him? That would be kind of funny, not gonna lie. Like, why are you here undercover if I'm here undercover? This is way before Jin was a thing. I'm just saying, it would be funny. But this is also low-key an example of like one of the only reasons a legendary commander could possibly like not be Anderson. You know? Like if they just didn't want to change out the character design. But y'all know how atrociously I'm team they're the same person. Not a one. He would have died for this company. And they chose the same voice actor for both, just for laughs and giggles. I mean, you know, maybe they were limited on their selection. You know, I don't know. Again, I'm team they're the same person. But I have wondered, like, they wouldn't reuse an NPC or like a character design like this, right? He's too unique of a character to go reusing his design. He had a bad leg, but they hired him anyway and paid him a full salary. Management rewarded him for his hard work. Yeah, and they did it again when they replaced his ENVA. What do you mean? Complaining about this place is just about the last thing he'd ever do. So then, why did he? Because of the strikes, he has a new ENVA, and Anderson and the LC both got the same ENVA. Heard. Understood. If Wisdom Spring and Arcana's event taught me anything, is that shift up is almost always intentional with these things. I mean, it's easy to be intentional with Arcana because it was more of a recap of previous things and adding information to previous things. Kind of sort of similar with Wisdom Spring. It's different when it's like the other way around and something comes first and then you gotta like present it. You gotta like present it in the way to like leave holes to fill in those gaps later, but not the kind of retcon worthy gaps. But again, I'm team they're the same person. I want effing Anderson to have been the commander of the fairy tales. Like the entire bit writes itself. Like the Queen Bee to do the song about potentially 2 Rapture Queens. 2 Rapture Queens. I'm like, I spent a whole 2 hours analyzing Indivilia's music. I don't ever recall getting 2 Rapture Queens from those songs. Did you know D is the only Nikke that has an animation for walking? What do you mean? Like her live 2D model? The most logical thing would be that something happened after she started working for the president. What exactly does he do under the president? That I can't say. The only thing we can do is wait. How about we search his house? I already did. When? The place was immaculate. A little too clean, in fact. Too clean. Using the words again. Let's expedite our plan. Scrubbed? I know, right? My true crime spidey senses. What plan? I'm saying we should make getting noticed by the president our top priority. Don't lose your head. We've cultivated a good image at this point. If we move too quickly, people might sense something is up. How about we come up with a situation where we need money and fast? That'll be in line with the image that we've set up for ourselves. She's pregnant! Good idea. But I can't seem to think of anything that'll work. What's our relationship again? Newlyweds. You don't mean, oh my God. That's right. If we go with that, no one will suspect us. She's having twins! Triplets! We need money now!
Engaging with enemy. Commander, stay behind me.
more. I don't know if I could go farther than
How heavy your
triplets.
burden has been.
Honestly, even have you seen pregnant tummies with twins? Those are already kind of scary enough.
Hold on, I'll put a bullet in every
One
last
stroke,
stinking one of
and
you.
thou art cleaved through.
Time to boot up the Oompa.
Mission complete.
And we're gonna name them A, B, C, D, E. Oh my stars! How wonderful it is to hear some good news in a dark time like this. Oh. How far along is she? Oh, they really did. Did the hospital tell you? 5 weeks. Oh, so it's a recent development. We've been busy. But what are you gonna do? Before long, you won't be able to work. And you'll be needing more money than ever. Funny that you mentioned that. Would it be possible to take on another job at this same company? 2 jobs? I'm not sure. If you bring it up with them, I don't think it'd be an issue. Would you like me to try and have a word with the higher-ups? I can tell them the new hire could use the extra money. If you can, that'd be great. Okay, I'll see what I can do. The president is a good person. I'm sure he'll work something out for you. Don't you worry. The lady scurries off the production line. Is there a problem? I feel rotten. Why? I feel like we're taking advantage of that lady. I feel the same way. I mean, if we get a promotion, then like, that's just the morning sickness. Shut up. On the way home after work, as soon as we enter an area with no other people, someone calls for us to stop. Excuse me. You're Diana and Steve, right? Steve? Steve? Out of all the names I could have come up with, I got Steve. Sorry to anybody in chat whose name is Steve. I just wouldn't have picked it for myself. Nice to meet you. Hi, nice to meet you. Poor Steve. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. President. I heard from some of the other employees that you're looking to take on some additional responsibilities. Okay, but the fact that like we're having this conversation literally in an alley instead of like an office. Sir? Yes, we're in urgent need of some additional funds. They informed me of your situation. Also, I don't think I can ever see this alley background again the same after the Mihara Bond story. Like, I've also heard a few things about both of you. You two are real hard workers with a whole lot of passion, or so I'm told. This is where I take my pet for walkies. Since you could use a little help financially, how would you like to come work for me personally? Oh, what would our job be exactly? It's quite simple, really. COL is also involved in the transportation business. Oh no. We do deliveries to certain special areas. You'll be responsible for making those deliveries. What is this special location? The Outer Rim. The Outer Rim? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing illegal. The last time someone told me that, they then proceeded to say something very illegal. I've been donating electronics to the Outer Rim for some time now. You know how tough it can be out there. The people there should have the right to have access to technology, even if it may not be the latest models. You must have a lot of people willing to carry out these deliveries. If only that were true. The Outer Rim is a dangerous place. Or at least, that's what most people think. No, it is. If you ask me, it's not dangerous at all. The people there know we have good intentions and have been nothing but friendly to us. That I can guarantee. Anyway, that long-standing prejudice means that a lot of people are hesitant to go to the Outer Rim. But from what I've heard about you two, something tells me you won't feel that way. How much does it pay? 5 times what you get now. 5 times? Please don't think that I'm giving you that much because it's illegal. He said it again. He's gonna tell us something extremely illegal. It's nothing like that. It's just my way of showing a little appreciation to those working for me who go above and beyond. Oh yeah, what happened to the supervisor? It's not illegal, bro. Trust me, if it was illegal, I'd tell you. Well, what do you say? Can we think about... We'll do it. When do we start? Very good. Be at the number 3 inventory warehouse by 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'll have an employee there waiting. They'll explain everything. Looking forward to working with you both. The president nods and turns around. That was fast. Because his last assistant is gone. At any rate, something fishy is definitely going on. We'll see for sure tomorrow. Right. I goofed.
Chat go.
Next day, 6 in the morning, number 3 inventory warehouse. That's crazy. I had to be at work at 8 and now I have to be at work at 6. This is already an L. Another red flag. I found you. Hey, well, oh, that's a new NPC. Hello? About time you showed up. Get in. Who are you? Your bodyguard. The president may like to pontificate about how safe the Outer Rim is, but it's filled with all sorts of seedy characters. Generic Simikai NPC? Simikai? Why is the Simikai guy wearing a suit? Hurry up and get in. We've got a schedule to keep. Who's driving? I am. Can I drive? Hello? Think you can handle it? Of course. Initial D. That one's a good one. Go right ahead. It gives me some time to relax for a bit. Can I open the trunk before we go? Why? I need to know what's inside. It could affect how I have to drive. Electronics. I know that, but I need to know how it's all laid out. A real professional, I see. It really is the glass of water and tofu. Be my guest. Look, but don't touch. Dee and I head to the back of the semi-truck and open up the trunk. It is filled with various household appliances. At first glance, nothing seems out of the ordinary. We're just delivering things like blenders and can openers to the Outer Rim. All right, got it. Let's hit the road. Oh wait, let's hit the road. Toasters are priceless. Is it a smeg? No, it's not. Although I think I have a smeg on my wish list. Dee drives the truck. Not thrown wish list, by the way. Please don't get me a smeg toaster. My personal wish list of like random things around the house that would be nice and interesting to have, but I have no real need for it. Dee drives the truck towards the Outer Rim and pauses through the boundary wall without issue. We're allowed to pass after a simple inspection. The perks of being tight with the military, I suppose. We bob and weave our way through the Outer Rim. Take a right here. The truck enters a narrow alley. After a while, we reach a small clearing. Ain't nothing good ever happened with this background. Here, stop. The clearing is completely empty and desolate. That is, except for another truck similar to the one we're driving, which is parked opposite us. We get out of the truck. That's it. We leave the truck we rode in here. You see the truck parked there? That's the one we'll drive back. And what's in that truck? Looked it up. What kind of toaster proves its worth to be $250? Oh yeah, Smegs I think are definitely an aesthetic thing. More so than probably worth the things that they can do. I've seen a lot nicer toasters and rice cookers, to be fair, but a Smeg is like very aesthetic. So we're just leaving this entire truck here. Right. Someone from the Outer Rim will come and take the items inside. Why aren't we giving them out ourselves? You're awfully inquisitive. The last guy asked too many questions as well. Oh no! Supervisor. If we hand them out ourselves, we'd be in close proximity to the general population. Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? Let's get a move on. I don't want to linger here. If I do pay $250 for a toaster, it better give me a massage as I wait for my toast and call me sir. Or like, it better at least be able to make bagels too. Like, hello? You got it. Oh, darn. I screwed up. I think I left my wallet in the trunk earlier when I was checking it. What? Hey, wait. Dee jogs over to the back of the truck and opens the door. Hey, you can't be opening that without permission. You know, I just thought of something. When I was driving, the truck felt awfully loaded down. Whenever I picked up speed or took a turn, I could really feel the weight bearing down. But these electronics here couldn't possibly account for all that weight. Oh my gosh. I've seen multiple episodes of Border Wars and feel like I know where this is going. So, mind if I take a look inside? Yes, I do mind. Just a quick peek. It ain't gonna happen, lady.
Hey, yo, get your hands off my wifey!
The employee moves towards Dee and grabs her shoulder. Move aside. Why are you so damn nosy anyway, Commander? Oh. Dee produces some kind of canister from her pocket and tosses it into the back of the truck. Oh. A smoke grenade? Well? What is this? What's going on?
Uh-oh.
The appliances that were piled in the back come tumbling down with a resounding crash, revealing approximately 10 mass-produced Nikkes. So we're talking about like freezers and refrigerators and stuff, possibly. instead of like toasters and blenders. They come rushing out from the truck and look themselves over. Siwon would call them toasters.
It's not illegal.
I feel like that was a very on the nose example and Enikk explanation to then end up in that exact scenario. Once they've confirmed they haven't sustained any injuries, they stare at us nervously. This can't be happening. What are they doing out here? Who are these people? Are you blind? They're Nikkes. Are they being sent here to volunteer at the Outer Rim? In a way. Are you selling Nikkes to the Outer Rim? Don't act so surprised. Do you really think we'd come all the way to the Outer Rim just to deliver electronics? Give up acting all innocent. You should have known something was up when they were willing to pay you a king's ransom for this job. Who in their right mind would pay you 5 times your salary for a basic delivery? Yeah? What will happen to these Nikkes? How should I know? Cannon fodder for some local insurrection, maybe. Who cares? You son of a... Jeez. Another Boy Scout? First the guy before, now you two? Aww. Our supervisor really was a good guy. So, I'm the bad guy. Is that it? Just shut up and take the money. We're all out here trying to make a living, aren't we? So stop glaring at me and hurry up and get in the truck. You've got another stop to make. Does the president know about this? What do you think, genius? How long have you been doing this? 6 months, give or take. I had my misgivings in the beginning, but then I remembered the central government would only scrap these Nikkes anyway. It's easier if you just think of them as objects. That's pretty much what they are anyway. I see. I literally was like, that I see sounds so much like Judgement has been given down. And then exactly the next line with the music cue. In the lyric version, of course. Die then. Huh? These axe flies through the air. Wait, did she actually just immediately? I quickly grab onto the employee's shirt and yank him back. Oh my god, she was literally about to end him right then and there. D's axe whirls past and embeds into the side of the truck with a loud thud. Oh my gosh. Ah. What are you doing? He was going for a headshot. Made a miss. I was about to kill something that shouldn't be considered human. Oh my my gosh. You were gonna kill me? You were gonna kill someone just because you got riled up? No. I don't act based on emotion. If there is someone who has acted immorally, and I can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, I am authorized to use deadly force. Do we get like an actual title drop, or is that our title drop? Should any evidence be brought into question, I will take my own life. Oh. Ooh. Damn. This is the cross I bear. Oh my gosh. I carry it with me always. In a panic, the employee flees. Here he goes. Wait here. She's gonna chase him down. D takes off in a flash. Wait, D. She is already out of sight. Oh, well, he's gone. A few minutes later, she comes ambling back. What did you do? Do you really want to know? I asked, didn't I? I did what I had to. Oh my gosh. He bought that guy a few visual novel lines and he was just yelling. Ah. Well done. You'll come to regret it. I don't think she will. I don't think she will. Like, on one hand, he was kind of more of like the lackey and wasn't like the one in charge, but like, I don't think she will regret it. Well done is crazy too. Oh, like, well done is insane for the commander to say after what he just did. Like, you know, well done is what that guy is now. Oh, well done after tried to save him. Yeah, no, like, honestly, I feel like given what he just did, this seems more like something he'll actually say versus the well done, because like the well done just kind of doesn't make sense because he literally just tried to stop her. I want to know her response to both. I don't think she's gonna regret it at all, but I want to know what she says. You'll come to regret it. I don't think she's not going to. I have never regretted any of my actions. That man got what he deserved. Let's go back. Ooh, not the dot dot dot. Hmm. 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 I really like that. I really like that. Because the fact that she was like, I've never regretted any of my actions. He got what he deserved, right? But then there was a purposeful like dot 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 with her like looking away. I feel like that's a insert insert the lyrics of this event's theme song moment. Where were they? Let me see. Where the heck is it? I literally looked this up like yesterday. Oh, I thought I was doing okay, but how did I end up this way? Think I'm getting used to this pain, and I only got myself to blame. Go on, look and see me now. All falling down, nothing you can say to me. And I'm falling down. Like, in that particular scenario, not 100% on if she'll regret it, but honestly, assuming that's like from her point of view, I think there still is definitely mixed feelings whenever she has to like take a life like that. Like she hasn't been in a situation of being proven wrong because if she had like if that situation ever occurred, she would not be here, right? She just said that she would like end herself. But yeah, the haunting of taking a life and once again the song lyrics of I thought I was doing okay, thinking that like I was used to like the pain, and then the last part, nothing you can say to me and I'm falling down. She said that's her cross to bear and like she'll continue to carry it like it's a job that she's accepted. Nothing's gonna change it and she can't backtrack now. We usher the mass-produced Nikkes back into the truck and head back to the Ark. It surprisingly escaped a lot of people's notice that she's a bit conflicted about it, mainly just saying is naive or too much of a goody two shoes. No, she's definitely conflicted about it. Again, like Lord said, she might not regret those that she's killed, and she's like always like justified their executions, you know. But it's still probably a very haunting thing. And I mentioned this yesterday when we like first heard the song, how what does it feel like, right? Yeah, conflicted is might not be like the best word, but like what does it potentially feel like to have that, quote unquote license to kill humans, the exact like species, I guess, that Nikkes are like meant to protect. It's like in their DNA to like protect like humans and blah blah blah. Everything is for humanity's sake and blah blah blah. And yet, Perilous Siege has has that power to end their life and do the exact opposite. neither of us utters a single word to each other the entire way back. I think,
Engaging the enemy.
I think a good comparison might be Snow White in Overzone. How she was the kind of executioner to all those like mass-produced Nikke's. I'm sure she doesn't regret it
Through.
because she like was ending their suffering. Like there was no like way of helping them.
Tis taken me
at that
longer
point.
than usual. Had I donned my
But
usual
it's
garb,
probably something
I would
that
have been swifter.
lingers in her mind that she had to do it. Like I think it's a similar kind of feeling. It's interesting the difference between careless siege and extrinsic. Yeah, extrinsic goes into like the whole having permission to end your own. And that goes into Maiden's whole like I never felt like I belonged anywhere, but had to keep my distance in case they went crazy and I got the orders. We don't report to work the next day. Dee is out taking care of an errand. I lie on my bed, staring at the ceiling. Is that you, Dee? Yeah. What were you up to? Doing some investigation and extermination. Oh. What? I focused my investigation on what transpired yesterday. Read this. And the second part? Dee hands a file over to me. I parse through the file and read its contents. Oh. The president was a former member of the Simikai who left in disgrace. After that, he linked up with a smaller splinter group. You got kicked out by Sakura? Sakura deemed you unworthy? With their help, he began cutting deals with the Outer Rim. At some point during the investigation process, this splinter group was eradicated. The central government sold mass-produced Nikkes, which were near the end of their life cycles, as well as a variety of weapons to the president. It's the way you're not shocked, but it's still like wild to read. The straight up direct involvement of the central government versus like the tiny ambiguous. Well, obviously the central government said it, but like they didn't directly. Like this was like, nope, they did. He then sold those mass-produced Nikkes and weapons under the guise of giving a charitable donation. The mass-produced Nikkes who were sent to the Outer Rim ended their own lives for a variety of reasons. Oh. I sure do love the funky people in power. Yeah, no, that's why whenever someone made that comment about Jian, right? And how Jian isn't at least she's not at Red Shoes level, because she hasn't, like, she's not doing like Red Shoes numbers. And it's like, you don't effing know that. She could be. She could be. And like, there's no way to like properly track it from the outside, because she works super underground with all kinds of like high level connections. And they don't track freaking mass produced numbers and stuff if she's testing around. I'd rather not read through the sordid details. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of do. The mass-produced Nikkes and weapons were purchased by various factions in the Outer Rim, both big and small. The president of COL grew the company by leveraging the benefits and connections he had garnered through all these backdoor deals. He has, however, engaged in some genuine philanthropy, such as his investing in the hospital. Oh my God, I was literally right. I was like, yeah, he's doing one good thing to make up for the really bad thing that he's doing over here. The president is closely connected to several high-ranking officials in the central government's NIKKE management department. Trying to balance his karma and lines their pockets often. That's not all. He periodically makes donations to various other departments. He's been invited as an honored guest to several official events. Oh my gosh. So what? Out here finding the like potential cure to cancer, but then at the lives of all these mass-produced Nikkes that you're doing who knows what with. And now I can see why Enikk can't pass judgment. Because no one would ever give up their golden goose and send him to her. Precisely. What does Kay have to say about this? She'll be here soon. How's it going, everyone? Well, aren't we a cheery bunch? Did you guys forget how to talk or something? Tell us what you've turned up. The comparison between early event commander and post. I have once again learned the dark crevices of the arc commander. Yikes. Sobered up. You guys are wound tight today. You didn't do the deed, did you? Excuse me? You know, Kay takes her finger and slides it across her neck dramatically. That deed, I was literally like, not the fact that my brain was still on the freaking pregnancy. I was like, if she makes another gesture with her other hand, I'm going to lose it. Was I really the only one who thought she meant kill? I mean, I considered that, but it was like 0.5 seconds after I had the first thought. Gotcha. What did the judges say? Justified. Sentence upheld. Nicely done. Justified to the guy that she killed? You've always been good at that part of the job. Catches me a little off guard sometimes. Yeah. What'd you find at the hospital? Oh damn. If they deem that justified, and he was just the delivery man, bodyguard. Oh, that? I used a variety of different methods. I couldn't churn up an ounce of dirt on the place. Her methods are this hand here and that hand here. A delivery guy who had been doing it for 6 months with full knowledge. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Is like, if that kill was justified and he was just a delivery man, I don't see how killing the one in charge of it would also not be justified. Like, I guess there's the whole balance of,
But look at the good he did and continues to do.
but far as I can tell, it's a perfectly respectable establishment. The place is squeaky clean. So much so that I'm starting to wonder if I'm missing something. At any rate, I'm calling it. There isn't anything suspicious about the hospital. Right. That reminds me. Our target is attending an event today. Do you want to go? Some good moral tea. I'm stressed. I don't like being the one in charge. We are standing in front of a crowded building filled with people. The president stands on a small podium. He makes an excited declaration. The biomedical center is finally completed. If that happens, don't make us vote for you. I don't think I've ever made y'all vote for me. I think I've opened the vote out of curiosity of what chat does, and Loki might do it again. but I don't look at it until I make my own decision. The building will focus specifically on treating rare, harmful diseases. It is a monumental place that will help countless people live longer, happier lives. I'm just getting swarmed right now with all these different episodes of SVU and like, how much does the atonement weigh against the damage caused, you know? No longer will anyone be refused proper medical treatment purely because they have a rare disease. But they will be refused proper medical treatment if they're a NIKKE. No longer will they be denied the necessary governmental care. But they will be if they're an Outer Rim citizen. As of today, they will find help here at the Biomedical Center. Everything from preliminary examinations to exhaustive treatment will all be offered free of charge. You may be asking, why would we do something where we know we won't make any money? My answer is this: because all lives are equal. Unless you're a NIKKE or an Outer Rim citizen or someone who looks a little bit funny or doesn't have a tracker or. Burn down the Ark. Boobs Day. Please. Throw it all away. Make Anderson a little portable guy tube. And then let's get out of here. All lives deserve the same amount of respect, no matter what. Yes, the little asterisks on the all lives, like, y'all are very, very particular about your definition of what is a life. That is what we believe here at Cycle of Life. The crowd erupts into... Oh, it's doing so good. Raucous, cheers, and applause. All lives, unless I don't like you. They don't even have to like the person or not like the person, right? Like, they don't even have to have any level of familiarity with the person. Raucous. Everything for free. That's incredible. Sorry you were born on the wrong side of the wall. That's crazy. Because, like, if the Ark is over here with the freaking evergreen technology and people, like, live a hot minute, I'm sure a lot of the people in charge also weren't born on this side of the wall. I feel as if something has crawled deep up inside me. I stand there for a while, thunderstruck. He's stun locked. Oh, tap. Let's head back. It's dangerous to stay here. In more ways than one. Does it include Outer Rim? I know, that's what I said. I was like, okay, fine. say Nikkes aren't quote unquote human, right? But Outer Rim, literal humans that you have deemed not humans. Like even humans aren't humans. You know? The timing of this, the timing of this is so good. Right after we just had Graves' whole I don't like humans. Humans did this and that and blah 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 in the pain. I don't like humans. You're a human? All three of us head back to the commander's room. Like, what makes a human? The target knows about us. Our cover is blown since we sabotaged the delivery and quit our jobs. We need to act now. Let's go over everything one more time. Reasons why we should kill the target. Oh. He sells mass-produced Nikkes and weapons to the Outer Rim. And it goes deeper than that. That merchandise gets utilized in civil conflicts, further destabilizing the situation at the Outer Rim and resulting in additional casualties. Which, honestly, the Nikke side of it was already like effed up enough. But the Outer Rim side of it is just like another POV effed up like situation on the on the central government side, right? Like, why would they allow this kind of stuff to go down in the Outer Rim, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, they don't let squads, you know, be bigger than like 4 or 5 or whatever, because they don't like people, they don't like big groups of people rallying under the same cause. Of course, they would want to put that kind of control on the Outer Rim to keep them fighting amongst each other. Reasons why we shouldn't kill the target. Keep them fighting each other so they don't fight us. Yep. He built a hospital specializing in rare diseases that offers free treatment for patients. That gives a hope to those who are suffering from these diseases as well as their families. See, I need a patient list, because at this point I wouldn't be surprised if like all of the patients in this hospital were like sovereign families. Like, it's free and gives hope to all these people and families and blah blah blah, the disease, blah 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 blah. Like, which families are we actually talking about here? This is a tough one. Of all social strata? I don't know. Free of charge. Well, because I'm wondering, like, So you have like regular or like more poor families that get like helped for free and whatnot. But it still doesn't. I don't know. I'm thinking again back to footstep, walk, run, right? How there was all kinds of like effed up stuff going on during her treatment process and like while she was there. But like they did quote unquote like cure her and do what they sought after to do to like help her, and then they proceeded to put her out on the street in her robe, like her hospital gown, and like not even a change of clothes or like halfway house or anything, like, you know, like the follow-up support like still isn't there and whatnot. So I can see how it's still social obligation complete. Like again, it's like but I'm thinking probably too like wide net here, and this is like we're supposed to see the hospital as like a purely good entity weighed against the other like crimes. But it just like makes me wonder about so much of the arc is just fine clauses and Roppy's case seemed unique. See, the issue there is that it kind of honestly doesn't feel unique. Like we've had so many like little examples of how the arc treats its citizens and stuff, where like while her specific scenario may have been unique, quote unquote unique, well, it's because she's the only one who effing survived it. You know? If we're going by my standards, this guy is a positive and a negative put together, which adds up to 0. What should we do? I want to hear more about what you two think. Her specific disease is cured, but the ARC obviously lacks the social structure to help sick children without parents. They didn't even teach her money or addresses. Yeah, like she left there with like 0 education. With how long she was there under their like guardianship, not even like the basics of education and whatnot. Like, well, that's not what we were tasked to do. We were tasked to just try to cure you. I would kill him if I were you. I wouldn't. Can I ask why? Because he deserves to die. Because he doesn't deserve to die. Right. I want to speak with the president. It's interesting how Kay is the human hater, but also the more merciful one. It is. It's extremely interesting. But like earlier in the event, I thought this, and like I'm thinking it again now, where Perilous Siege like these two as like an entity in the way they represent the like scale, you know? It's just like really interesting. Is that not possible? I don't see why not. But he's amped up security in light of what's happened. I don't know how you'll be able to get close to him. Quit joking around, will you? Sorry. Couldn't resist. It's true that he's amped up security. But that won't be a problem for us. The cross that we bear is heavy indeed. But if you can endure it, you're capable of anything. So how do we get close to the president? Show up at his front door. I'm sure he'll be home. But what about the security? We'll mow through them easily enough. Hello? Wouldn't that only cause us more problems? It's fine. The judges will take care of it. I thought you two were all about subterfuge and keeping a low profile. Sure, until we've reached a final decision. Once we're certain what needs to be done, it's full steam ahead. You know, you made that pretty clear with how quickly you threw that axe. Put this on. Kay hands me a mask. It doesn't matter to us, but if you get recognized, it could be an issue for you later on. I was wondering that. Time to move out. Who's paying attention to stream? The gaslighting is wild. I'm not gaslighting. We talked about it at the beginning of the stream. Gremlin is a state of mind. We gonna ignore that, boss? Ignore what? Hold them back. Who are these guys? We decide to charge in and take everyone head on. We kick down the main door to the house and fight our way through the guards waiting in the garden. D and K knock every one of them unconscious without firing a single bullet. Bro thinks he's on the team. Look, I'm carrying the emotional burden. I think that puts me a spot on the team. Before I know it, we're in front of the president's private office. They multiplied! Behind the door is the president, along with 4 of his bodyguards staring at us. Are you here to kill me? Look more generic Semikai members. Well, now it's like a nice little extra detail, right? That those are the bodyguards after finding out that he's an ex-Simikai member. Used to be 5, but her brother died. Damn. Was ruining my deal not enough for you? I don't understand this. Do you have something against me? Do we know each other? Need to know basis, and you don't need to know. Fine. If I'm being honest, I wasn't overly curious. He says with all the curiosity in the world. The president lifts his hand up, and the bodyguards all aim their weapons at us. You did a good job with those documents. I had no idea they were forged. I gave you that job because I took pity on you, since you needed money so badly. He really said, I was trying to help out a new family. And now you've come here to take me down? No, this isn't some personal vendetta. Who sent you? Again, need to know basis. Fine. There's always been plenty of people who have wanted me dead. I took care of them all exactly the same way. Really? Really? Your mom is the best comeback you got? They're never gonna let us on the squad officially. This is why we're the third person. Tag along. This time won't be any different. This isn't my first rodeo. Say goodnight. Uh-oh. Dee hurls her axe at the bodyguard's gun, shattering it into pieces. Was it just the gun? That sounded a little squishy. You miss every shot you don't take. I respect it. She rushes forward, retrieves the axe, and tosses it to the side. It hits another bodyguard in the side. He emits a pain groan as he slumps to the ground. The axe throwing. That's another thing that I wouldn't mind randomly learning, just cause. As he falls, Dee knocks over another bodyguard who is standing frozen in terror. It's all over in less than 10 seconds. All I can think is that it's a good thing that the axe didn't have a sharpened edge. Uh-oh. Axe throwing skill sounds like a useful skill. That's if you have an axe lying around, to be fair. As Dee kneels down to pick up the axe, the president grabs a pistol and fires at her head. I feel like whenever I see like fights with like all kinds of weapons and stuff, I literally like it's literally just guns that I just like don't vibe with. Literally any other weapon that I've seen and is like recorded in like human history and whatnot, I'm like, that seems neat to learn. Requires some strength to do though. I'm aware. D lowers her head slightly. I have like no upper arm strength, but there was like a very tiny period of my life where I was like getting somewhat decent at archery. Probably gone though. Haven't picked up a bow in too long. After gathering herself as if nothing happened, she glowers at the opponent, or at the president. All of these happened just because he sold that $5 toaster. A Nikkei. But how can you harm humans? You need human guns? You are perilous siege. They're like a ghost story, like the boogeyman. Those infernal judges, they've already taken so much, yet they're coming after me? Whoa, you know us? You really are in the upper echelons? Have they sent you to kill me? Not yet. Second way. What? Our client here would like to have a word with you. Is that supposed to be referring to me? For crying out loud, would it kill you to just play along? What then? Adjudicator? This event, it's... It sounds like I might live, depending on how this conversation goes. You never know. Very well. Let's talk. How are you committing such diametrically opposed acts? Ooh. Ooh, all right, Commander. Good first question. 1 minute, you're an illegal arms dealer, and the other, you're a philanthropist. What's going on? That's the cycle of life, is it not? Uh-huh. The mass-produced Nikkeis. Right. I feel bad for them. Being sold to the Outer Rim to be used and abused until their final days, which are numbered to begin with. A sorry fate, to be sure. But if they didn't go to the Outer Rim, they would have just been scrapped, quietly swept under the rug like discarded refuse. They would have disappeared without a trace. I took those miserable fates and turned them into an opportunity to make money. For you, not for them. Money that I can use to better other people's lives. I buy life and repay it. Oh my God. I buy life and repay it with new life. That's a wild sentence, sir. Oh. I don't. It's the way you can. The fact that you can say I buy a life with a straight face. What about the people in the Outer Rim? Do their lives not count? I simply provide them with nikkes and weapons. What they decide to do with them is out of my hands. They have other options available to them.
Woohoo.
The echo of Dirty Backyard in my head right now. They could have used the nikkes for labor and dismantled the weapons, using the parts to improve their own livelihoods. They could, but you sold them knowing damn well they wouldn't. Yeah, it's like, Also, one more reason to reach the top and change things. I like your optimism. I don't think it's that easy and or it would realistically happen, but I like the optimism. I think realistically they would kill us before we did that. But they didn't. Why did you leave it to your employees to make the deliveries? Out of kindness. It's as simple as that. I merely wanted to give back to those who had worked so hard for my company. Don't lie to me. Can we even make changes? Honestly, from what I've seen, I really do feel like the Ark is not the type of place that we would be able to reach the top and like completely reestablish the system. Like I think some people are like beyond far gone. And the changes that we would be able to make would be like within subsections or certain areas, or like it would involve some serious political gymnastics of we didn't change the minds of all those involved. However, we possibly convince them that it like the changes that we do make are like mutually beneficial, you know? It was to create distance between me and the deals. I couldn't have people know I was involved in such a shady business. How could I continue with my philanthropy otherwise? So it doesn't matter what happens to the delivery person? I made sure to request not to inspect the cargo. Some choose not to heed my warning and end up feeling remorse. Some end up taking their own lives. No, this guy isn't right in the head. This guy is not fully there in the head. He's like, the way he talks, honestly, low key, feels very reminiscent to the way Gian talks. Like his value on a life is not there. Yeah, he's like super detached and just like, he knows the potential situations, like the bad ends that could happen. And he's like, well, that was their choice. And like, if anything, it even like kind of puts it kind of taints his philanthropy work, honestly. Like even his philanthropy work, based on everything else he's saying, like I'm not getting the impression right now that he actually is doing it out of like the goodwill of his heart, wanting to help people. Like he feels very, this will make people see me in the best light. I am a savior amongst the people. I give people second chances. Like, he's... There's nothing I can do about that. Are you going to keep doing this? Yes. I am. Think about this. Killing me will mean you'll be cutting off support to those people with incurable diseases. A lot of people will lose their jobs. If we let you live, those Nikkes and countless people in the Outer Rim will keep dying. Mass-produced Nikkes and the people of the Outer Rim. People in the Ark who have a future. Take your pick. Again, it's the fact that you're playing God, sir. And you're like, you don't have a future anyway. So I'm gonna just take it and give it to someone who does. That's enough questions. Turn around. Don't even think about trying to look back. It's time for us to decide. Also, I feel like there's also like an added little degree of messed up torture on the mass-produced Nikke side, where he was like, the part where he said, well, they were gonna get like scrapped anyway. Like their life was gonna end anyway. So I'm making like use of their life. Cause like their life was like basically over. And it's like, okay. So rather than them getting scrapped and like dying on the spot or whatever, you're extending their life to like more potential pain and suffering before they go out, you know? again, his view on what is a life is very like twisted. If he, I don't know, if he was like more if there was like something in his dialogue that showed me that like the good causes that he does, he he genuinely likes it and wants it from like the bottom of his heart, and like you throw in like a sob story of the reason he chose like that disease was because it was like related to someone he like cared and loved about, like something. But like there's like none of that. It's just he's playing God, and even the incurable disease thing like seems low-key calculated of what's something that would garner the most respect and like admiration. Ah, yes, incurable diseases. I really thought he had a kid in that hospital or something. I was waiting for like what's the personal connection, but it doesn't seem like there is one. So it literally just feels calculated. It's time for us to decide. The only thing I can say is that in that hospital, I guess if he did have a personal investment in the hospital, then it'd be debatable if it was truly philanthropy. Why does everyone assume the Nikkes don't want to keep living, even if it means fighting in the outer realm for the remainder of their short lives? I mean, sure, that crossed my mind because we've seen a couple cases that are kind of like that. However, based on Dee's research, she said the majority of them end up taking their lives. And based on other things that they said, reading between the lines, I get the impression that they're not just fighting out there. And they're doing probably all kinds of other things because nobody cares, like what happens to them, you know? The president has his back turned to us. From the back, he appears confident, but he cannot hide the fact that he's trembling. Meanwhile, the two with their guns drawn at him are both steady as a rock. The man attempts to suppress the quivering of his voice when he speaks. Freaking love the music for this event. Please, don't do something you'll regret. What I've done, what I'm doing, what I will do, you've got to take it all into consideration. You can't let your personal feelings get in the way of all this. For me, it was an easy choice. It was a hard choice for me. I don't find it to be an easy choice, despite like what I'm saying. But again, just from like the way he's written is like giving like God complex and whatnot. But then if you take away whatever his motivations are, and his like connection to it, it's like, what is he doing? And like, what is the benefit? If you take him out of the equation, theoretically, change isn't gonna happen. Like this is like one reason, I guess, to like keep him potentially alive, is that change isn't gonna happen overnight, right? If you take him out, I don't see the problem just going away. Like, just poof. Like he's the only thing really tied to it now. Similar to how Dirty Backyard was. And if anything, I could see it going in like a direction of it's harder to, given what I've seen of art society and whatnot, I'm under the impression that it is harder to make changes that would like help like Nikke's and like the livelihoods and well-being of people versus how easy it is to F things up. And so if you take him out of the picture, it's gonna take a hot minute for any of like the outer rim stuff to get fixed, the Nikke conditions to get fixed. Like all of that's gonna like take a while. However, the people with like the incurable diseases and whatnot, they could end up in like a worse position in like a month, you know? It's a complex case. The thing is, however, does our choice matter in the end? I mean, even if this does go into like a illusion of choice scenario, I feel like it's still like an interesting and fun debate and conversation to have that bald man has like presented us with. Like I feel like you're meant to kind of put yourself in Perilous Siege's situation and weigh them, and like the fact that uni and war dress ended up a thing, and the current situation with Sewin, I think also highlight that choices and punishment and all of that seems to be like a reoccurring theme within the storytelling of this game. So please, think carefully about what the right decision is. The end case for me is what's worth more, a life that you took versus a life that you saved. But then how many lives are you taking to theoretically save the one life? And then that opens up the question again of what is the worth of these types of lives versus those types of life? But is he really caring for the unfortunate? I think that's what the line of don't let your personal feelings get involved is supposed to be for. I think while his personal motivations are honestly super gray, and I'm leaning more towards not good and selfish, I think the repeated line of don't let your personal feelings get in the way. It's supposed to tell you not to pay attention to that and like pay attention to like everything else. But of course, it's kind of hard to. I also, as far as his personal reasonings, right? And what he's doing or whatever, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he was kicked out of the Simikai dishonorably, I think is also a very, very important line. Because the fact that like it was a dishonorable like leaving and stuff also like puts that like, what kind of stuff did he get up to that Sakura deemed you are not worthy of the title of being in this family? And like, again, it kind of goes to my question earlier, right? About his hospital philanthropy working towards a cure. What did I say? Oh, the working towards a cure. Well, is he actually trying to work towards a cure, or is he trying to learn everything about this potentially incurable disease to weaponize it? Going back to Unbreakable Spear and the line about gluttony that Siren said, right? The thing that has been the problem is also the solution, and like the poison cure comparison, whatnot. If he's willing to provide Nikke's and weapons and blah 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 to like the Outer Rim, who's to say that this philanthropy effort is also not like there's a bigger end game plan that's even more heinous, and all of those lives he saved is not gonna stack up. Do nothing and 5 people die. Act to switch the train's path. Only 1 person dies. Save everyone. It's just an ideal, not a reality. Well, I'm not even trying to save everyone. Sakura spared him, but did he repent? Well, I'm gonna assume he got up to a lot more the serious shenanigans after versus whatever shenanigans he was up to at the time. The 2 figures who are pointing guns at the man begin to speak. Decide. All you need to do is make a choice. We'll handle the rest. Just keep in mind, you mustn't make it personal. Whatever you decide, it has to be what you feel is best for everyone. I feel like the asterisks of what do we include as everyone. No need to drag it out. Especially since you've already made up your mind. So out with it. What do you think? Should we kill him or let him live? This is the cross you must bear. No need to drag it out, Kay said to Vidya. I know.
They don't know me.
Also, I don't think the Twitch poll has the same operations as like vote kick. I think you gotta vote in the poll itself. But I don't know. Can you endure it? Kill him, let him live. Weaponizing a disease when the near entirety of humanity is confined in a single area is a tremendously terrible plan. That's extinction just waiting to happen. Sure. And it's also like a sure way to keep power. And honestly, I feel like a lot of the decisions of the central government and the ARC is a slow spiral into extinction. Like, preserve humanity? Is that really what we're trying to do? The flagpole is getting moved constantly. Are you gonna follow the vote, or is this just to see what chat thinks? Just to see what chat thinks. They're seriously not serious in reclaiming the ARC, let alone preserve humanity. My choice relied on the idea that anyone could take his place for taking care of the hospital. I mean, sure, that's also a thing. Like, if he's making, it's not like he himself is the mastermind behind the endeavors. Like, if they really were trying to prioritize curing this disease, someone else could possibly take the mantle. Would they put the resources into it? That's a different thing. But like I said, the fact that it would take longer to like establish the bigger changes, and maybe like a month worst case scenario for these like sick people to end up in a compromised position. I mean, he made it with his kindness and blood money. He made it with his blood money. Yes, I don't believe he made it with his kindness. Also, that reminds me of freaking Cat Williams. No, Santa Claus didn't give you this, sweetie. Daddy got this with his weed money. But I don't think the ARC's rehab center will fix him, and he's too dangerous to be free. I think his rehabilitation opportunity was when he got kicked out of Simikai. Affirmative. Any last words? A last request is fine as well. Bite me. You're nothing but central government lapdogs. Go home. Take a hot shower and get some sleep. I will say that Dee is super cute in how she tries to shield us from actually seeing the things. Like this go home part, and then earlier with the don't turn around. It's like how we treat Neon. Tomorrow is a new day. I have to see this to the end. No. Go. It's for the best. You've set down your cross, but the weight of it remains. Don't make it any heavier than it already is. Ooh. You've set down your cross, but don't make it heavier. Let us carry it the rest of the way. Go. Let us carry it the rest of the way. I turn and start walking. Oh. I can't tell whether it was the sound of the door closing or a gunshot. Hey, yo, those are two very different sounds. What do you mean? You literally like go up on the surface in the battlefield, like constantly. And I don't want to know. Gaslighting himself? Yeah. I'm like, they're marshmallows. It's marshmallows in the box. 2 days have passed. I haven't gotten any sleep. On the news, I keep seeing stories about the missing COL president. There's also plenty of coverage detailing how the biomedical center is having difficulty keeping its doors open. Yep. Finally, there are reports about the hardships faced by COL employees. I'm not gonna lie, I can also imagine a scenario where the central government, or at least some part of the central government, pulled this individual is gaining too much power and he's got to go. Like, even if he is like funneling money to them, the amount of money and other things that he's like been getting in the process is like, I don't know. I don't know about this third party person having this potential power over us. All I can do is continue to stare blankly at the ceiling. How are you feeling? Not like I thought I would. COL will be taken over by the vice president. I'm told everything will be the same as before. As for the biomedical center, the sovereigns came forward to lend a hand financially.
Wow.
I always envisioned the world as being ruled by a cosmic scale. Except one guy died. When she said nothing changed, again, dirty backyard in the back of my mind. And I'm like, how do you end up as high as vice president and have no idea what's going on? Like, I sadly get the impression that even if you take like the one guy out, this ship has a lot of holes in it. And even if it's not at the same scale, there's probably some people that are still keeping it going. Something changed, our hands are stained. I feel like, given the context of everything else that I've seen in NIKKE and the kind of world that this is, expecting the commander to like not have like ever get like his hands stained is not like it's not even like an option on the table, like realistically. Getting his hand stained would probably go back to his what he does with Nikke's, i.e. Rappi stopping him from shooting Crow. On one hand, you've got good and evil on the other, all in perfect balance. The scales occasionally skew to one side or the other. Evil tends to win out more easily, where good has a tougher time coming out on top. That's because it's dependent on sacrifice. Your money, your time, and your feelings, they're all part of it. Even after all that, when there are so many people giving so much of themselves to committing good deeds, it can still be difficult to get the scales to balance. So I kill the ones who commit evil deeds. So long as I do that, I'll tip the scales in good's favor. Until one day, the scales will skew towards good permanently, and the world will follow suit. If Fate Zero has taught me anything, you can't murder your way to a perfect world. Yeah, no, I was like, don't 100% think I agree with her logic. I get what she's trying to say.
But
that is what I believe. That is why I do the work I do. Was this the commander's decision or Vidya's? I mean, it was my decision. However, I'm like a little unsure because this is like really early Commander. But if this was like modern day Commander, I feel like he would have killed him because the Commander, as far as the weight of a life, I do feel he potentially weighs Nikke life higher. Because of your decision, I believe the world is a better place. So don't let the burden consume you. This cross is no longer yours to bear. After Dee leaves, for reasons I'm still not clear of, I sleep soundly for the first time in ages. License to kill. I completely forgot that there would be a hard mode. Okay, wait. Let me check the other one first, real quick, before I do it. I'm curious if you talk to Kay more, if you spare him. Are you sure? Consider yourself lucky, mister. Let's get out of here. Oh, and a friendly reminder, Kay does talk more. One word about us, and there won't be enough judges in the world to protect you. We'll make sure you disappear without a trace. Don't forget that. I'll keep that in mind. Farewell. Oh. Hey, yo. The president slumps to the floor after being hit by the stun gun. Let's go. The judges will handle the rest. All right. Really said, we're not gonna let you watch us leave. I sit on the park bench looking up at the empty sky. Nothing has changed. If not today or tomorrow, then the next day. Mass-produced Nikkes will head to the outer rim, crammed in a small storage container. Civil conflict will continue to rage in the outer rim, using Nikkes and weapons that have been sold to them. Many lives will be lost. I really like the way they have him with this dialogue outside. Like blue skies, peaceful arc. And this is like his headspace. versus the contrast of the other one, where he was like in the dark of his room and it's like similar headspace, but the slight tiny potential good news that the other sovereigns are like helping out and blah blah blah. So it's like you put yourself in a darker headspace by your choices for the tiny chance that the scales will tip in like the side of good that D like strives for. Oh, not the laugh. I hear the unbridled laughter of a little girl. I turn to look. I can't believe it. Is it the sick girl? It's the little girl from the hospital who was having a hard time walking before. She has a big smile on her face as she runs around the park.
And you end it with K?
Hey. Feeling a twinge of regret? I don't answer. I thought the commander turned into the Joker. I thought that too. I was like, ooh. I have good news, so listen up. They're going to be building more biomedical centers. They're being proposed by our target. I mean, a certain someone who apparently was deeply affected by your generosity. He's back on the straight and narrow as well. What? It was inevitable. The rumor about a certain individual selling mass-produced Nikkes to the Outer Rim has spread to the upper echelons of the central government. I think you can guess as to who started those rumors. D. At any rate, he's out of our hands now. I'm sure he'll try something the next chance he gets, but for now, we've put a stop to it. So let it go. You don't have to carry this burden with you everywhere you go. In life, you come across many different scales. We can add a bit here and there. We can add a bit here and take some there to tilt the balance, but there's no such thing as perfect balance. Two good endings? Is this really bald, man? It fascinates me that you consider this two good endings. When that happens, I just tilt my head to the side so that everything looks to be in perfect balance, at least to me. That's kind of cute. There's no perfect balance, so I just tilt my head. Rather than trying to make everything perfect, just tilt your head. It makes getting through life a heck of a lot easier. I gotta go. See you next time. After Kay leaves, I can't take my eyes off the little girl who is running around the park with gleeful abandon. That's so fascinating. I really, really like how they actually gave two different scenarios versus what they did with the Dirty Backyard. And that is something that they keep in mind. Why is the battle music still playing? Shift up. I left my place without looking at the weather forecast. As a result, I'm stuck in an alley, hiding under an awning, seeking shelter from the rain. I check my phone. Apparently, it's gonna last for another 10 minutes. It looks like I've got some time to kill before I can set out again. I look towards where the sound came from. Ooh. Dee is walking with her hatchet in one hand. And her totally not a body bag. There's something dripping from the tip of the hatchet that most assuredly isn't rain, but I choose to ignore it. Are you watching the rain? No, I'm hiding from it. They say it will stop after about 10 minutes, so you'll be able to leave then. Okay, thanks. Dee turns and starts to walk away. I suddenly remember something I wanted to ask her. Dee. Yes? Are you okay? I'm not sure if I know what being okay feels like. Okay. One of the things that I immediately am curious about with Kill the Lord is whether or not the commander is going to let himself continue to be shielded. Because that's like another thing with Dee's perspective, is that while she's like walking this path and like we're technically helping like make decisions and whatnot, she's really acting as like the hired like executioner, and we're being like willfully ignorant, not ignorant, but like, you know, looking away, choosing to ignore the dripping, blah blah blah, like, and that weight that she carries continues. Like she's like, don't add weight to your cross, while she adds our weight to hers. So I'm very curious to see if he decides to like no longer allow that. My life's been hard and always will be. It's heavy. But I'm enduring it. I believe that I'm doing the right thing. I believe that I'm making this world a better place. It's what makes me able to endure it. It's okay. Okay. I feel like his attitude is gonna change. Is my first guess. Just because of the fact that I don't remember the exact line said during the Arcane Archive event, but I think they mentioned a crown, and crown was not brought up anywhere in this event, only crosses. See you next time. Dee walks away in the rain. The weight of the cross I bore was enough to bring me to my knees. Even though I only had to carry it for a short time. The cross she carries is far heavier than I can imagine. More than I could bear. Yet she endures. I watch her in silence. I can only hope that one day she will finally be able to put down that cross.